the Cincinnati Bengals. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Ross. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Good job, D. Good job. Good stop, baby. Good stop. Good stop.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Check. Lucky.
Back to throw here. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit.
Mixon with a first down carry. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now they try the right side here. Room to run past midfield. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now back to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And tough sledding. You'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Now a handoff looking right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals getting set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It's taken to the 26. Look at the spin.
Balance.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with it. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're going to flip one out here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a 1st down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the 1st down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Hot! Hot!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll go with the ground attack here. What a spin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. Down to the 25. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Over!
On 3rd down. That's Armstrong. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Hurry up, here we go. Please.
They'll look to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle of Kittle, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Detroit! Detroit!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And out now, here come the Bengals. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Here we go now.
They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple.
He's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And that one results in 35 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play it worked for big yardage.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now back to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Andrew Billings in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve. that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. How about that? Their quarterback scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Looks good on the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Back now in Cincinnati. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right, and it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right at the 35. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Okay, folks, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Leopard! Leopard! Everyone's got 4. 4 down. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun, pushing through the contact. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ross. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And they'll run it here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Ravens on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Gone, 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 gone.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they try the right side here. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Over!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. again. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The quick slant caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. First down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Here's a run with Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there, taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Lutz now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left. And that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is. And